Hello and welcome back to another episode of World of Warcraft Hardcore. My name is Syken and today we're continuing the ongoing journey of our Shaman, Syken Shocks. I promise you we are going to go right into the Stranglethorn Vale action, and that's exactly what we're going to do. But before we do anything, let's go and find the Nessingway camp up there. I'm not going to fight the raptors just yet. And these guys here, not yet either. Okay, so we have a couple of quests already. I got both of the flight points as well as a few quests. What we need to do is get into that Venture Co camp. As always, we will need to camp a lot of wildlife, so we're starting with crocodiles, and then Nessingway gives us 3 more quests. Top of it, we can kill a few more trolls, and we got blue singing crystals over here, plus a couple of raptors. So boy, that's going to be a lot of kills. This is the most grindy zone ever, so I bought myself 80 water in an attempt to just go ham on the mana and don't really care about drinking often. We care about speed and getting through those levels. We are just at the beginning of level 34, so what we want to do is I would like to get a solid level and a half here in Stranglethorn before we'll go anywhere else. Because with 35-ish, I think Desolate is a fantastic place to kick it off, or Arathi Highlands actually, and then into Desolate, so that we can do a couple of quests there. So we already found Nessingway, scouted the camp.
What can I do for you? Off with you.
Welcoming to the
What can I
jungle.
do for you?
Well met. See you around.
We're running out of quest space. Well, that's not atypical in Stranglethorn. That one I still would need to finish. I think we're going to abandon that for now. Let me find out what we are going to do.
With honor, friend.
Good. We finally got all of the quests together, so let's rock. We got the world buff, we got weapon buffs, and let's just kill. If fighting here would be playing a guitar, we would be shredded, and that's what we should be doing now. Large crocodile skin obtained, fantastic. I would love to do another dungeon. I was trying to get a group going for Gnome again, but that failed miserably. Alright, 242. That's the first timer that worked that fast. Unbelievable. Good. Let's do the young tigers here. And I show you something. So these are, that's an add-on with quite a few sub-functions, one of which is a layer swap add-on. For those of you unaware of World of Warcraft setups, to make zones a little bit more manageable, they are basically clone zones, so-called layers of each zone. And yeah, all of those layers only host a certain amount of people. In order to swap layers, you need to be invited by a person on that very layer, or when you're logging in, you're randomly assigned a layer, typically one that is a little bit less populated. So with quest mobs, I found out that one thing that works very well for me is if we do have a location where there are just an exuberant amount of quest mobs, and then sometimes there are locations where not that many quest mobs are around, I'm just layering into another layer and farm that good zone a couple of times, simply because it is overall faster. And for instance, for the Stranglethorn Tigers, there's very the young Stranglethorn Tigers, there's this very much starting zone here, and I don't want to just wait very long for them to respawn. Now the way that this layering add-on works is everybody who's running it, and that's quite a few people, the add-on effectively tracks on which layer each of the player is. And if I decide to then change layers, what it does is it automatically tells a person on another layer that I want to be in to please invite me. I'll be invited, therefore forcing to switch, and yeah, that's how you change layers. Blizzard didn't intend it to be possible to switch layers, but it is, well, they intended it to group together, so yes, then you switch layers, but there was no functionality that you can select layers, so to speak. So that add-on gets around that by essentially making it player-based. Layering, and then I will stop with that topic, but layering is in so far also interesting as you, in hardcore, you need to know about that subject, because if you find yourself in, say, a cave, densely populated cave, and all of a sudden you're finding a dungeon group or whatnot, and you're super excited to go, and they are inviting you, chances are that you're going to be layered, and all of a sudden all of the mobs that you have cleared are back. So that is a very, very easy way of how you can kill yourself by not knowing what to do. Good. That's it with layers. That's, by the way, the wrong Stranglethorn Tiger. My bad. I will just grind the tigers for now. Waffle long enough about layering and how to optimize the spawn points here. And once I'm done, we are going to see how we're hunting the panthers. Good. We are done with the tigers, so we're off to the panthers. Let's go. North of here is an alliance camp, so we don't want to run into that. Nor do we want to fight any more of these young tigers. It's panther time, baby. Damn, it's a lot of damage with Wind Fury. Just the overall damage increases so much. By the way, we are level 34, right? So let me check something. For real. That would be interesting to see if we're going in with our new staff, because library, we have won the illusionary rod. That's 35 DPS as opposed to 23. Holy smokes. Well, this is going to slap. Let's see, and it has fantastic caster stats on top of it, so a lot of mana to drink through. Look at that. 15 intelligence, 10 spirit, and stamina. Only thing that I'm regretting is not having a shield. Good. Our weapon skill might not be leveled immediately, but we're going to get there. We've used staves for a while. 125 is a lot of damage. I mean, we're taking more damage, without a shadow of a doubt.
I can't cast that yet. I'm still charging.
But once our 250, we haven't even haven't had a Wind Fury proc, without a shadow of a doubt. 9 levels lower, and he challenges a Makora. What an idiot. That's the type of a duel that is most unfair. Not even sure what his equipment was, but 9 levels. That is near impossible to win. Oh wow. One slap and that panther is almost down. Holy smokes. Not even my world buff would have helped me in that type of duel. Alright, so I think I'm staying with that 200 just because the damage output is so massive. Look at that, triple hit, no crit, and was still around 400 points of damage.
It's too far away. That smell is not ready yet.
Wow. Wow. Alright, we gotta go and take the Strangothorn Tigers next, and then we do have this hostile takeover, which is a little bit higher level compared to what we are, and the enemies there are really, really unfun to fight against. But I think we might be able to do it just due to our incredibly good weapon. I mean, we do have a massive power spike with our weapon at the moment. So it's an even level mob, and we're taking about like what, 20% hit point damage. Yeah, I think we're okay, even against these guys here. They are casting, they are also running away, and they do have immunity to fire, or a shield that makes them near immune to fire, so gotta be a bit careful with that. There's the fire shield I was talking about. We could purge it though, so I think the shaman actually has no problem with that fire shield. And yeah, these guys are dying fast enough, so we're actually okay. I just need to interrupt their casts, and then they should die, relatively speaking, fast. So, with all of the characters that I did this Venture Co quest, I always did not like the geologists. They are quick flame ward compared to combined with their ability to cast and their relatively high hit points make them an overall. They just have a strong kit. It almost always felt like it's an unfun fight against these guys.
That smell is ready.
Yeah, resist, of course. Resist a lot of parry Yeah, they are physically strong, but they are also casters. Good. I think there isn't that much to see here. We're just gonna go through these guys and give them a hard time.
That spell isn't ready yet.
Good part is I can counter most of their abilities with the shaman, which makes them easier. Very good. Fast forward for you. Alright, so we're done with Adventure Core Corporation. Took a while. Sometimes the drop quests aren't that great. And we're back to hunting Stranglethorn Tigers. Can just do that right here. Killed 7, got 3 more to go for a full 10 of them. And then we're going to hand it back in. I think afterwards it's time for the blood tusks here, blood scalp ears. That's the trolls over there. Yeah, and a couple of raptors. Matter of fact, I think the normal Stranglethorn raptors. Okay, so the way that I'm dealing with these guys is the new standard opener, open into shock, and then we're just hoping for Wind Fury proc. If not, it's just still 120 per hit. There we go.
It's too far away.
I have had pulls where after this opener here, they are sort of at 60%, and then a solid Wind Fury proc can bring them down all the way to 10%. I had that happening a couple of times. It's a little bit random, but Wind Fury has the ability to just simply almost one-tap these guys, specifically with that staff that we're currently having. I love it that staves still have a high DPS, so that even though we're not enhancement spec'd with that two-handed weapon, I can still see a lot of impact there. So yeah, quick kills as you can see. And we're done here. Let's go back, trade in the Panther and Tiger Mastery. And then we are going to go and get us some trolls. So fast forward for you. Good, let's trade in. Tiger Mastery done. Panther Mastery done. Thank you. 2500 XP. Easy peasy. Well, we're not stopping here. We still got a couple of actual Panthers up there and actual Raptors up there as well. So we can just farm that entire ledge. And maybe I'm even going for those blue shards. Maybe I'm even going for those singing crystal shards. And then we need to get a couple of trolls done. So this is the other option, to farm tigers, of course. And right where the tigers stop on the other side, we are having panthers and raptors, and that's our new home. That's where we are going to get all of the other kills. So this is a perfect opportunity for layering if these guys would be here, but luckily they are untouched. That Earthbind Totem, they are not even going to run away, so maybe I don't really need that. What I could do is I could go Stone Skin Totem, because felines are hitting fast, but not very hard. So let's just try that. Yeah, that's reducing their damage by a third, which is a lot. Just look at that, how quick we're going through them. Shamans are really excelling at that one pull strategy, and I'm not even elemental spec. Matter of fact, we're healing spec, if you can believe it. So yeah, the only thing that is kind of a constant is the drinking, but I could actually time it, because when I started timing it with the Paladin, I got a bit depressed about the kill speed. To be fair though, I think Retribution single target would have been a little bit higher kill speed, but let's just, for the fun of it, see how fast we can kill with just one kind of 80% set of mana. Okay, so we're starting. Let's go. Starts with a resist, perfect. I still will go with that stone skin, because I think against felines that's super valuable totem. So 25 seconds, whilst with the Paladin we were kind of at around a minute per kill. This time Wind Fury procced, and we got the kill right away, so we're down to 20 seconds a pop. And after, reasonably after 3 kills, we're more or less out of mana. We use remaining mana, so we're give and take a minute in, plus drinking 115, 120. So say with if we give ourselves a little bit of a slack, that's like 1 kill every 30 seconds. That's twice the speed of a Paladin when they were leveling. So not bad. Granted, the staff gives us quite a bit of extra power. We do have a power spike at the moment. If you do have a blue weapon that is just literally available for your very level, that typically means that you're going to slay whatever creature is on that same level. Yeah, just look at that. That's an enormous amount of damage coming in.
I'm out of range.
And even with a couple of resists, as long as the Wind Fury proc just comes through, these guys are coming in, and the moment that they are coming in, they already have only half health. If Wind Fury, like in this case, works out well for us, they stand no chance. Yeah, pretty much 3 kills at the moment per 1 dose of mana, which sort of is okay. Could be better. But yeah, we don't have enough MP5, and we don't have a lot of spell power either at the moment, so that's something that we will need to work on. Not sure, to be honest, if there is a lot of like male spell power. Might be, but it is potentially rare. Anyways, enough babbling here. I will continue to get all of the raptors and all of the panthers. Got two of the raptors and 7 of the panthers. That's halfway through both of the quests combined. So now is a good time to maybe fast forward for you guys. Alright, after we cleaned house, there is of course a little bit more that we need to do, because the Stranglethorn Quests of Nessingway wouldn't be complete without the next batch of tigers. Gosh, if you think about it, he just wants you to hunt down the entire wildlife of the jungle. This time it's elder tigers, and we need another 10 of them. Plus, then after we've done all of that, we're finally moving on to the quote-unquote named mobs. Sinara or Sinhao or whatever it's called up there is the first one. To be fair though, I mentioned it a couple of times, I'm not really seeing the huge difference in feline creatures in World of Warcraft Classic. Granted, some of them have stealth, some of them have rend, some of them do have a sprint ability, but in general these guys always have low health, super fast attack speed, and that's pretty much it. Like, that's their entire kit. I don't mind it, but I'm wondering why there need to be like 15 different versions of the same tiger, panther, jaguar, and whatnot. And before you say, listen Psychic, that needs to be there because there are so many felines. Yeah, granted, I give you that, but here's the deal. There are many creatures that haven't even seen an invitation in. Potentially it's simply because they had the model and they could simply re-skin it easily and create the illusion of just a lot of different types of enemies. That might be the most logical explanation why they chose to put in like 4 or 5 different feline types. But still, when it comes to water life, for instance, there isn't really that much. At least not in the classic Warcraft. Alright, I'll fast forward the rest. 4 out of 10, just need to go through them. And then I think after we're done with the elder tigers, I would want to do the blue singing crystals before we're hunting lots and lots and lots of those trolls. So we moved on to the next quest. Crystalline shards from the basilisks. Typically one of the quests that I don't like because of their crystalline gaze, but since we do have Earth Shock, the absolute solution for most of the spells, we should be fine. Not sure if I can ground this because it sure seems like an AoE attack instead of a single target attack, but I might be wrong. So we want 10 shards from these guys, and the location here is a forced respawn location, so we will never run out of basilisks. Not that I think we are risking, we are at the risk of doing that, because although we're killing fast, our mana regeneration process takes too long for us to really clear this entire area. However, I will say that our weapon absolutely slaps, so we are clearing fast, but we are still very mana dependent. That's a bit of a problem here. These guys also drop decent loot for extra frost resistance, never wrong. And I'm getting myself some mining experience, super. So, they are a little bit above our level, but you can still see same tactic as always applies. We're basically coming in very much front loaded and then hope for a Wind Fury proc. If that happens, we're absolutely golden. If not, we're just wiggling it down.
I'm out of range.
So that's like 500 points of damage right there before he even comes in. And then, yeah, one Wind Fury proc and the guy is down to 10%. We're flying through the quests. I mean, I'm questing since a little bit over an hour, and I have taken a couple of breaks in between simply because I'm not just focused on gaming. I have other stuff to do in the background. But yeah, we're still kicking very, very fast. I would love to have a warrior that I could team up with, because believe me, two-handed weapons and Wind Fury, any weapon actually, and Wind Fury makes a crazy combination. Even a rogue would go nicely, like a well-equipped twink of someone, but the server is unfortunately so empty that it is very, very hard to find. We had a few warriors in our guild recently die at level 60, but most of them decided to not play again. So there is the missed opportunity. Also, I just came out of quote-unquote the relationship with Bob the Beholder here, and my biggest problem was that although I enjoyed playing with Bob tremendously, being bound to a different player without being able to kind of do your own thing makes it very hard to level quickly. And then prompted the decision at the end of the day to untie the shaman, do our own thing, and just go for level 60 hopefully. Good. Am I tripping? I told you guys that this here is forced respawn. No, I'm not.
I need to get closer.
Forced respawn is still here. Very good.
I'm still charging. I need more.
Good. We're already at 6 out of 10. I think I'll just farm the rest with you guys on fast forward, because it's really yet another farming quest. Stranglethorn has a lot of these ones. Alright, that's wild. I got all of the shards. Took a while, but yeah, it's really good grinding with the shaman. I like the build so far. I like the weapon that we're wielding, but I also am looking very much forward for an elemental build to see if that's going to be even more powerful. Faster casts and maybe a little bit spell damage would go a long way there. Cool. So after we've done all of that successfully, how about we're now doing what we wanted to do originally, which is kill a lot of these trolls. And for the first time, these are enemies who will actually run away. If they can, that is. Carefully dragging him out. I was wondering why I'm taking that much damage. Now that explains it. Oh wow. One step and the guy is at almost half of his health. Yeah, so trolls deal a lot of damage, but they also take a lot of damage. Not sure how that other extra even added, but we need 15 ears and 9 tusks. So it's really just essentially same enemies, but for two different drop quests. Also, once we're handing in the next batch of Nessingway quests, I think that these raptors here are also the next one on the raptor list. So we could have a 2-for-1 there as well. So yeah, the trolls all have non-fun abilities. This guy here does have a bash, which means any form of permanent casting inside of melee is essentially futile. The Troll X throwers are a bit of a problem because you essentially need to go in order to fight them. The Shamans here, they are a real pain in the rear. Potentially the most level of all of them. 5th deadly in Stringer Thorn Veil. Yeah, I'm not surprised. You have a massive explosion with a Fire Nova totem that immediately explodes. No chance of you to even get away.
I can't cast that yet.
And Grounding Totem wouldn't work against that, so I think the Fire Totem itself deals like 200 to 300 points of damage. So if you're already low, then that can just be the coup de grace. And I think that's how they kill a lot of them. On top of it, they spawn close by, have relatively high amounts of hit points, and just enormous damage for their level. If I compare these guys to, say, the basilisks up there, very similar set of hit points, but basilisks steal what feels like 1/3 of the damage that these guys here are doing. This here is the tanky guy, and he still deals 20% of the damage, 20% of our hit points as damage. Luckily, we can take all of the trolls that are standing alone. This was the explosion that I was talking about. And that rogue is cutting it relatively short. I would have not engaged him with that lower health. Ends up with 30% health. Well, each to their own. I wouldn't feel comfortable fighting like that. If you're eating a crushing blow, parry haste, or any of the other bullshit mechanics, then you could relatively quickly just go down. Good. We are going to take this camp here, which in my perspective is the much safer one. Lots of onesies standing around, and these scavengers here are having no real abilities. They do have poison and backstab, but yeah, neither of that really matters. We're fighting them from the front, and we can work very well against poison. Could even use a poison cleansing totem if I so desire to do that. And they have the least hit point pool, so that's a good start. I think I'll be done with the tasks much earlier than I'll be done with the ears. But I want to finish both of the quests. It's just a matter of grinding it down. Like I said, Strangathorn could be renamed into Grindathorn, because most of the quests here either kill 15, 20 of XYZ, or bring me 10, 15 of ABC, which requires you to kill 15 plus mobs in order to even get the those drops. Very quick respawn time here, that's interesting. Well, luckily for us, these guys aren't that strong, so we could just waltz over them. Yeah, but I also need to sell soon. Man, my inventory looks like hot garbage. Good. I'll fast forward yet again the rest of this year. We killed about half a dozen of these guys. It's going to be very repetitive. I'll just do my rounds here and use the remainder of our world buff in order to just get the last few kills in. So fast forward. Good, halfway in we killed the trolls like multiple times, but now we're so fast that I emptied most of the camp. Instead of relayering, I think it's a good option now that we're just about done with the world buff, so 1.5 hours of playing. We are trading in. We got 70% grinded.
Be careful.
What can I do for you? Farewell.
What's on your mind?
Got a couple of quests from Nessingway, which bring us neatly to 77%. We got one more quest here and 3 more quests there, so I think we're almost close to level, to be honest. That's not bad at all. We need to get the Paw of Sindal, which is the first of the named enemies, like I mentioned, and the Lashtail Raptors will be a double dip for us as well. So both of that definitely is in range. We can work that out. Sindal is on that very hill there. So in case we need to run, I just want to free a bit of a zone.
That smell isn't ready yet.
And
Charging.
then it's time for Sindal. Orange non-elite mob. Should be okay with full mana and resources. Unfortunate that the world buff has been running out, but we at least have stat food. So that should compensate for a little bit. The one thing that I didn't do, what I wanted to do originally, is my bags are ultra full. So we're going to definitely clean this one out, one up when I trade in Sindal. So let's put all of the totems that I think I need down, healing up, and then we're going to take on the first named enemy.
They can't join now.
Good, here we go.
That smell isn't ready yet. I can't cast that yet.
Starting with some heavy pre-damage. Sindal is hitting hard and fast. Don't want to get too low. Very good. There's Sindal's claw. And time for us to run back, because I need to clean the bags and there is a merchant. Plus that's a quick quest trade in, and the trolls need to respawn. So many reasons why we need to trade in quickly. Next up, we're finishing afterwards the remaining trolls, and then we're doing the raptors. Trade in, fly down. And then we're level 35. I wanted 35 and a half. There might be follow-up quests.
Hello.
Alright, we're looking at like what, 83%.
I buy
Cool.
and trade.
So, After some excessive grinding, we got all of them down. Now it's just a matter of getting those raptors down and trading in a lot of quests. We're already at 90%. And I must say, more than half of that experience is grinded. It's just a lot of kills that I've done. So now it's just raptors, plenty thereof. And we're pretty much done then. I vaguely remember that there was a follow-up quest of the raptors to kill the Boulder Fist ogres, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Good. Checking the raptors. Level 36. That's solid 2 levels above us. And we need to kill 15 of these bad boys. They have a knockdown, not great. And they're hitting here quite a bit. Yeah, so I need to think about how I can more effectively counter their damage. Because I don't want to drink 15 times and kill an individual raptor. That's not how it should work. But I think with Stone Skin Totem and proper lightning shield from the beginning, these guys should die fast. We just got to be careful. There's a nest kind of down here with a lot of them side by side, and whilst other classes can take them on very well, not so much for us. We could kite them, but that's about it. But yeah, they're resisting a couple of our spells. Let's just see how they're hitting for 30 to 40 with Totem. I think this iteration went much better. As you would expect, a little bit of health was lost, like 10% and some mana. So I think we're just going with Stone Skin Totem. And if we nuke them properly from the very get-go, things are actually not that bad. Yeah, I noticed they have a few more hit points than the other animals that we've gotten down. But other than that, pretty similar routine. So we can kill 2 with 1 bar of mana, which is sort of okay. We need to kill 15 overall. I'll fast forward that for you because it'll be another long slug. Good. After 15 kills, we're finally done with our grind. And now is the moment of truth when we are finally trading in all of the quests. So we got Raptor Mastery up there. That's great. I like that. We got a few quests in Gromgall and then a few others down there. We made it all the way up to 95%. Like I said, the actual killing experience is super intense here. And I hope that there will be a few follow-up quests, because even with a good trade-in, I'm not 100% sure if we're going to be like midway to next level, and I wanted 1.5 levels out of this zone. Currently, it's still a little bit a way to go.
Well met. Safe travel.
98%. Let's look at the other trade-ins. Good, time to trade in more. I think this time we're going to level. Yep, there we go. Follow-up quest for the Ogre Brutes, as I mentioned before.
Relax. Spirits be with voodoo.
Very good. Headhunting. Fantastic quest.
You be careful, man.
Arathi Highlands. Yep. Let's use that because we really want to go to the Arathi Highlands next. And we also want to deal with all of the quests down there. So let's Hearthstone back and trade in the quests before the servers are shutting down.
Time is money, friend. Keep it real. Glad I could help.
Good, that's one. The build at the moment doesn't really matter because we're respeccing soon anyways.
Back. Keep it real.
That's 2 and 3
What's up?
and 4. And we got one more to go. Which is right here, number 5.
Have a good one. Be good.
Alright, look. Lots of trade-ins. And I wanted 1.5 levels. We're at 1 level 20%. Let's assess what we can do. 37, always a bit too high. That would be right up our alleyway. That we could do. Lots of the stuff, however, is 36, 37 and above. So maybe we're just packing it and are going Arathi next. We got a nice little transition. All of this here is a yellow or even green. So it's fantastic. These quests, by the way, are also fun. I want to do them this playthrough. Yeah, and we got a couple of other quests there as well. So overall, I think the plan is Arathi Highlands next, and then afterwards a full round of Desolus, because the highest there are like 38-ish, and if we're level 36 we can do Desolus in one swoop, which would be good, and then maybe back to here. Cool. That's it for today. Thanks a lot for watching. Really appreciate that, and see you guys in the next episode. Bye bye.